So I'm sure you can already tell by the title, you know how we're gonna be moving in this video. I'm gonna start by applying my La Roche-Posay facial moisturizer. I get this from the drugstore. But you know, the tea is people think that because they think you're ugly, that it bothers you. You know what I'm saying? We all ugly to somebody, you know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. But you know what I'm saying? Look what I can do with this mug. And you know what I'm saying? I get all I give looks. So you know what I'm saying? I'm currently having a breakout. You know, I've had acneic skin for a very long time, very sensitive, acne prone. So you know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with the consequences of, you know what I'm saying, when you make poor choices on your diet. But I still want to slay. So this is going to be very full coverage, okay? For everyone who doesn't like that, I'm about to tear it down. And this is my Becca Ever Matte Poreless Priming Perfector base. And I like to put this on my eyebrows so I can create a very matte base so my brows, you know, stay on longer, they look better. You get what I'm saying? Oh, and this wig, honey, hopefully she stays down. I'm all over the place, y'all. So I'm gonna go in to do my brows, and I'm using the NYX eyebrow gel in brunette, which is so much lighter because I used to give like angry brows. Y'all didn't tell me, so I'm mad at y'all. But I love this, you know, and it's gonna get me together. Y'all gonna watch. In today's social media space, you know, we have a lot of people who are essentially like children in adult bodies, and they feel compelled to sort of spew venom, spew hate. And I'm a person who believes it's very much an indicator of where they are mentally, because, you know, any energy that a person gives me in any capacity, like I said, you're expending energy. And so if you think that I'm deserving of that, you know what I'm saying? I think it's indicative of where you are in like your mental space. Before I leave a negative comment on anyone's platform, because that's something that I've never done. I mean, so you know what I'm saying? I can't even speak from that space. But one thing that I do is like, you know what I'm saying? I think about what else I could be doing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, before I leave this comment, what could I be doing? Go pay a bill. Okay, and I'm saying, you know, put everything on auto pay if you're really serious about your life. You know what I'm saying? Plan a vacation. Where do you want to go? What's something that you want to do? Get a more involved hobby. And it's okay to admit, like, I'm not as busy as I should be, which is why I'm minding your business. I want to tell you that you're ugly because, you know, I got ugly insides, or I'm not doing well, and something about you is resonating with me. It's triggering me. Like I said, you have these children in very adult bodies, and so it's cause for confusion, because where you may be of the mind frame that you would never do something like that, there are people who cannot distinguish or don't really even care about having a filter of any capacity. Because you never know what they were raised around. You never know what was normalized. You never know what trauma they have learned to cope and or deal with. And essentially, being negative could be a coping mechanism. Like, did you like, have you ever thought about that? Now I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer, and this is in 260. This is one of the best bases because it's so thick, it's creamy, so it's not like runny, and it's gonna stay where you put it. I'm so glad that I, like, you know how you rediscover a product and it's lit? Lit, very lit. I think in being in this social media space, and also being in a position where I'm fortunate enough to make this, you know, my full-time business pursuit, business venture, I realize like how blessed I am. And at the same time, I recognize that this is still something that is so very new to people, and they don't necessarily understand the impact, the power, the influence, because they don't see your value. So these are people who have been primed and or conditioned based on their upbringing, their circumstances, their environment. They've been primed to believe like, this isn't worth it. You don't have any talent. And so they feel inclined to share that with you. My sister was telling me, she's like, you know, you're someone who has so much compassion for people. And I pray I keep that. I'm gonna keep that. That's you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep that, because I know that there's more to the reason behind you telling me, or anyone for that matter, that they're ugly, they're not attractive. There's something more than that. And I see that and I recognize that. And I can discern criticism, constructive feedback, criticism, critiques, versus someone literally thinking that they have the power to hurt me on an emotional level. And I definitely, you know what I'm saying, I give unbothered tease. And I think that also bothers people, because, you know what I'm saying, because in having compassion, you can understand the person who is struggling. You understand them in a different way, and so your heart isn't hardened. But I wanted to kind of move this conversation into a more positive space, because the new year is coming, and I have been so on the girls about really getting into your bag. Sometimes you don't like people because you're not in your bag. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. There was a time in my life when I was in everybody else's bag with my own, you know what I'm saying? And you know how that makes you feel? You don't like yourself, because you can't do for yourself. You can't do what you want to do. Your limitations are self-imposed, and also your circumstances are hindering your growth. You know that can make you feel? Oh, somebody play that back, because I hit that. I hit that. Yeah, I surely did. I'm so glad that my work allows me freedom. It allows me a creative space. It allows me to be within the world of like an outlet. Your work can be as liberating as you allow it to be, and your work can also bring you peace. And I think I'm fortunate enough to be in a space where my work brings me peace and happiness, and I'm whole within what I do, because the art of creating, the art of being in a space where I am seen and my work represents me. Oh honey, I'm fulfilled on a very different level. And also to go in on myself, because you know we're talking about goals, and I encourage you all to really do the work on yourself and make the progress, so that you can mirror exactly what it is that you view as happiness, as peace, as calm. You know, a lot of people are walking chaos, and you have to be careful, because sometimes you can't recognize your chaos because of how you've positioned yourself, the people that you're around. So I understand the struggle, and I'm going in with the Wet and Wilds. I forgot the name of this palette. This is my Glamour Squad, and I'm going in with this color that I have torn down, because it's everything. And these are $11 makeup brushes that I'm using. I'll have them linked in the description box. Go slay your life and stop spending money on crazy things. That's another thing financially, sis. You know, what I'm seeing is, especially around some of the people that I know, when you make more money, honey, honestly, you spend less. You save a lot more and invest it. So honey, that's been the energy. So save your coins. Don't feel like you got to keep up with anybody. Because you know, when I ain't had no money, I was out there looking super fly. Like back in college, ooh, the facade. So stack your money, save your money, invest your money. And girl, you can always get the same look for a little bit less. I mean, I'm not a fan of Fashion Nova, Pretty Little Thing, so I can't really give you advice there. I'm the type that'll go back to, you know, the inner cities and go to Rainbow and Easy Pickings, because I see you, sis. I'm right there with you. So yeah, save your coins, keep your goals. I realized I was not making as much progress as I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I am making progress, but you know how you make progress in all other areas of your life except that area that you're hesitant to target, because it could mean that you're severing relationships with people who have a very significant role in your life, and you know, you care about them. I've been dragging my feet with certain things, and I realize how it's beginning to affect me. And girl, I don't talk a lot about my personal life because honestly, I was asking myself, like, am I embarrassed of my pain? Am I embarrassed of the things that I've been through? And I gotta work through that. I don't think it's embarrassment. Ooh, I'm getting very vulnerable with y'all. Sis, I don't believe it's embarrassment, but for some of the things that are my reality or the reality of my siblings, members in my family, my mother, my father, my aunts, it's a lot. And this Thanksgiving was a mess. Y'all know how y'all have you know how you have those holiday gatherings and everyone means well, sometimes people don't, and it just goes terribly wrong. That is essentially what happened with me. And being away for the holidays, I'm excited about it, but at the same time, how stuff gonna jump off. And the reason why things are jumping off in your life, in your family's life, is because people are not doing the work. So they are very much content walking around as broken individuals. And by you continuing to associate yourself with those people, do you know what you're doing? You're breaking yourself. You're committed to staying broken, okay? And you are putting yourself further away from where you could be. Now, I'm gonna go into this color right here. Let me make sure it's the right one. And I'm gonna intensify the crease. And I'm gonna bring this color down away from the crease and onto the mobile lid. Then I'm just gonna take this super fluffy blending brush. Again, this is from an $11 makeup brush set. And I'm going to kind of blow this out and like use windshield wiper motions to really diffuse that color, blending it upward towards the brow. Now, I've been doing a ton of like metallic eyeshadow looks, so this is going to be absolutely no different, but my methods are different and I want to put you on with the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art kind of pen and use the shimmer side. Now, whereas I used to take this entire wand and kind of like move it over the mobile lid, I'm going to take a brush, dab it onto the applicator and kind of smudge it onto the mobile lid. And you can be messy about it. Don't apply too much. That was my problem as well. And this is also not a cut crease, so it takes some of the stress off. So once I have the base applied, I'm going to go in with the Inglot AMC Pure Pigment Eyeshadow in 24. So I'm gonna go in with this brush. This is an old brush from Sedona Lace. We trying to retire early. And so I sprayed the brush and I'm just going to kind of swipe it onto the lid. Typically I would pack it, but I want a little bit of a different look. And I want it to be very pronounced. And so what the water does is it just makes it glide across the lids. But like, as I was saying, I'm gonna stop holding myself back. You know what I'm saying? We do that way too often. It becomes way too easy. You don't even know your fullest potential if you never challenge the things that hurt you. It's healthy to challenge things. And I think that's where my healing is. That's where my growth is. It's in the space that I know will bring me the most discomfort. And I think the reason why I've been so put off is because I know it's going to be a lot of work. And I know the people around me, my circle, the circumstances, the relationships are going to change. So everything that I once knew, it's going to change. And that's scary. That's why people not out here trying to change. So tell me in the comment section, what's something that has held you back, has prevented you from evolving? How have you learned, in some ways subconsciously that you're holding yourself back? What is the reason and how are you gonna move past it? Now, because this color sort of like bleeds out, towards the crease and above, I'm gonna go in with the NYX Glitter Primer. You definitely don't need that much. I don't know why I did that. But I'm just gonna apply this right over top of the metallic shadow. Just, you know, you want to dab it. Don't smooth it out. And definitely target it in the area of the crease. And then going back in with the Revlon Eye Art pen, I'm going to take the glitter side. And I'm going to use that same fluffy brush and pack this on the lid. It makes it even more like, look at me now. I wish it were more gold, but it's okay. I just need the shimmer and the glitter. That's all I'm after. So now I'm gonna go in with my Becca primer and apply this on my face. This gets really matte and it upsets me, but it's really good at like blurring this situation on the side of my face. I'm gonna work that out. I'm gonna work that out. That's gonna be gone. That's diet. I was out here really enjoying life. And because this is so mattifying, I like to spray some water. And then I'm gonna go in with my two faves. Y'all already know what these are. Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 334. And I need to use a little bit of this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the yellow corrector to get my color right. I'm losing my tan. I know it's looking like I do not match, and that is unacceptable. It might be giving very different teas on the camera, so just let me get my life, okay? Just let me get my life. I know I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation in 356, and this is going to be my contour color, and she's gonna help give me life, because at this point, I don't have any life. I don't even know what's going on. My makeup experience, my makeup application is not one that is so neat that you're just your socks are gonna be blown off. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's gonna look crazy before it comes together, and you just gotta trust me. So next I'm gonna go in with the LA Girl HD Pro Concealer in Pure Beige and turn up.
Honey in the club, me in the bitch, like secrets, telling me to leave with you and your friends. So if shorty wanna knock, we knockin' the dicks, and if shorty wanna rock, we rockin' the dicks, and if shorty wanna pop, we poppin' the crisp. Shorty wanna see the ice and the ice to wrist. City talk, Nelly listen, Nelly talk, city listen. Wanna fuck fly bitches when I walk, pay attention, see the ice and the bliss. Niggas stir, know they diss, honeys look, know they wish. Come on, boo, give me a kiss, come on. You wanna go and take a ride with me, we play in the phone with the goofies on.
And you know what? Another thing I realized: if you don't do the work on yourself, it can impact your relationships. Y'all know, if you've listened to me, followed me on Instagram, y'all know how I've talked about just like dealing with men who have expressed an interest in marrying me, you know, wanting like to know my ring size. Some of them asking me to move to a different country to start a life with them. I'm not there. I was about to say I never was there, and that's the truth. I'm gonna be doing the work to work on that, because I do want to have little kitties, but I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush. I look good in the mirror. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the camera is saying, but okay. Of course, you got to go in with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder to set your face. And you know, something that was big for me also is recognizing that sometimes people do intend to hurt you, because if they don't intend to repair themselves or heal themselves, they can continue to hurt you. And so understanding the implications of someone never getting help and how their intention thus is to bleed on you, is to remain sick, is to hurt you. That is something very, very serious to struggle with, and honey, it be the people very close to you. Now, you know, I had to go in and smoke out the lower lash line and add my favorite liner in Urban Decay's Perversion. Someone recommended MAC Smolder, so I'm gonna look into that. But honey, I want to bring the drama in 2020, so drop your favorite recommendations below. And I'm gonna create my super dramatic wing liner because I want all the drama, okay? The drama that you say for your mama, I want all that with this wing liner. And this is the Wet n Wild Mega Liner in black. So just watch, it's a look and learn type thing. So
Money in the club, me and the bitch, like secrets, telling me to leave with you and your friends. So if shorty wanna knock, we knockin' the dicks. And if shorty wanna rock, we rockin' the dicks. And if shorty wanna pop, we poppin' the crisp. Shorty wanna see the ice in the ice to wrist. City talk, Nelly listen, Nelly talk, city listen. Wanna fuck fly bitches when I walk, pay attention, see the ice in the bliss. Niggas stir, know they diss, honeys look, know they wish. Come on, boo, give me a kiss, come on. You wanna go into the lab?
So I'm going in with the Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express Waterproof Mascara to really get these natural lashes in check, because I will definitely be applying false lashes, and these are my faves. These are style 01 from the iEnvy Iconic collection. They're super dramatic. Y'all know how I get down. I'm gonna just let y'all watch. Because it makes such a difference, you know, once you put these lashes on. Honey, they're everything, and they're only like $4. And I had to do my highlight, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to mist my face just a teeny bit. And then I went in with Trophy Wife by Fenty Beauty. That gives me that golden kind of rush that I'm looking for. And then I followed up with the Wet n Wild. This is the Awesome Blossom, and it is great for melanin. Like, sis, trust me on this. And then I go in with the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlighter in Molten Gold, and it just brings everything together. I use 3 highlighters because I'm extra and I love it, and sis, you will too once you get into the groove. But another thing I wanted to talk about was, like, you know, this idea of like fasting. I've been getting more into intermittent fasting, and it's been working out really well for me, and I'm getting more clarity, and it's helping me to maintain my weight loss. So another part of my healing is making sure that what I'm putting into my body is really fueling me and helping to continue to grow me and evolve me, and also keep me in a healthy space, because we often take our health for granted. Can I get an amen on that one? So if you guys have any tips for fasting, some things that you do, your intermittent fasting window, your eating period, let me know. You know, sometimes people want to eat before like 6 or 7. I'm just growing in my journey, and I'm going to share more information. Definitely check out my community tab if you haven't, sis, because I'll be sharing the love over there as well. And yeah, I want to hear all about your fasting tips, because you know what I'm saying, it's important. Now, this is what everyone wants to know about. I'm going to be adding the Swarovski Flat Back Combo Crystal Shimmer Gems, and I just apply a little bit of lash glue on my skin, and then use these very pointed tweezers to place the gems strategically where I want them. I got these crystals at Michael's. These are definitely more expensive than what you may get on Amazon, but I definitely think it's worth it because they look so bomb and they're so easy to apply. Girl, this just changes the makeup look. I love this. What do y'all think? Do you want me to do like a more in-depth tutorial on these gems? Because these are becoming my life. And of course, I had to do my ultra favorite lip combo. Honey, I'm like running out of my products, so I gotta re-up. You know, the Sephora lip cream in cedarwood. It is everything. It gets me together. I apply it like a lip liner and let it dry down, and then I go in with the Tom Ford. This is in Pink Dusk, and it's everything. It's perfect. And I like to lather that on and then add my gloss, and I use the Sephora Totally Lucid lip gloss. This did not last long at all. I ran out very quickly, so I will re-up. And yeah, this is going to be my look. So make sure you subscribe to this video, a thumbs up, and let me know in the comment section your thoughts about anything that I said. I'd love your insight. I appreciate you for joining me. We're on the journey to 400K. And sis, let's make this year a great year, and we're gonna go into 2020 having an even better mindset, mentality, more clarity, better health, and leave behind whomever is not meant to, you know, join you, because not everybody is meant to be by your side, sis. So I love you, wish you the best, and get into the sledge. 18 with an attitude,